Hello everyone, I am Rama. In this lecture, I am going to explain Jacobi method to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors of a matrix. Jacobi method is useful to find all the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of a real symmetric matrix. Let us see the working procedure step by step. For our convenience, we are taking the matrix A of order 3. The general matrix can be taken as A is equals to A11, A12, A13 first row, A21, A22, A23 second row, A31, A32, A33 third row. Since A is a symmetric matrix, we can observe that A12 is equals to A21, A13 is equals to A31, and A23 is equals to A32. And also A11, A22, A33 are said to be diagonal elements of A, and all other elements are said to be off-diagonal elements. Now the first step is, we need to choose the largest element in magnitude among the off-diagonal elements of A. Among the off-diagonal elements, we can see that the elements below the diagonal are same as the elements above the diagonal. Hence, always it is enough to consider the elements above the diagonal, and then we can take the absolute value of them, and we choose the maximum one among them. Here we have off diagonal elements above the diagonal are A12, A13 and A23. For these elements, we need to consider modulus value, and then we need to choose the maximum value. Suppose that A13 has maximum absolute value. A13 corresponds to first row and third column. Now in the second step, using the diagonalization definition, we are going to find a model matrix P in such a way that D is equals to P inverse AP. But in direct method, P can be obtained using the eigenvectors of A. But here we are going to find the model matrix P as an approximate matrix S1, so that this diagonal matrix can be approximated to rotations. The rotation is through the angle theta. So let us see how to form this matrix S1. S1 is a matrix of order 3, since A is of order 3, and then we write the elements of S1 as A11, A13, A31, A33, which is a 2 by 2 submatrix, which is to be replaced by cos theta minus sin theta first row, sin theta cos theta. Let us see how to choose this submatrix A11, A13, A31, A33. Since we have chosen the largest element in magnitude as A13, let us take 1, 3 horizontally and vertically. Now we can see that 1, 1. This is 1, 1 corresponds to A11 element, and then 1, 3. This is 1, 3 corresponds to A13 element, and then 3, 1, which corresponds to A31 element, and then 3, 3, which corresponds to 3, 3, A33 element. So we have taken only those 4 elements: A11, A13, A31, A33. These are to be replaced by cos theta minus sin theta, cos theta. And what about the other elements? The diagonal elements are to be replaced by 1. Here only one diagonal element A2 is left. It is to be replaced by 1. And other off diagonal elements. Off diagonal elements are A12, A21, A23, A32. They are to be replaced by 0. So that the matrix S1 is formed as cos theta 0 minus sin theta first row, and 0, 1, 0 second row, sin theta 0 cos theta third row. Using this S1, we want to find the rotation matrix B1. Before going to find B1, we have theta unknown in the matrix S1. To find this angle theta, we need to remember the formula half tan inverse 2 A13 by A11 A33. The largest element is A13. This we have chosen. 2 times of A13 should be taken in numerator and in denominator. This is the first row. We need to consider A11 minus, and third column it is A33. So we need to remember theta as half tan inverse of 2A13 by A11 minus A33. If A11 is not equal to A33. If A11 equal to A33 equal to 0, that means A11 equal to A33, then we will get half tan inverse of 2A13 by 0. Now it becomes either plus infinity or minus infinity according to the sign of A13. Suppose that A13 is greater than 0 and A11 equal to A33. Then our theta will become half tan inverse of 2A13 by 0. It is half tan inverse of infinity. Then it is half into pi by 2. Nothing but pi by 4. So directly, if this condition is satisfied, we can take theta as pi by 4. And then the denominator is 0, that means A11 equal to A33 and A13 is less than 0, negative by 0, it is minus infinity. So theta will become half tan inverse of minus infinity. Minus infinity occurs for tan minus pi by 2. So this becomes 1 by 2 into minus pi by 2. So that theta becomes minus pi by 4. So always we need to check that before going to find theta, we check that whether A11 is not equal to A33 or A11 is equal to A33. If both are not equal, then directly we take theta as this formula. If equal to condition is satisfied, then we will check whether A13 is positive or negative. Accordingly, we take theta value either pi by 4 or minus pi by 4 so that S1 matrix is obtained. Using the matrix S1, we find the rotation matrix B1, which is obtained from S inverse S1 inverse A S1. It is of the form B equal to P inverse AP. Now using S1, we write S1 inverse and A is the given matrix and S1. We find the product of the three matrices, so B1 first rotation matrix is obtained. This is an approximation to diagonalization matrix. So, since this method is integration method, the same process is to be done repeatedly. Now, the same process is to be done for the rotation matrix B1 instead of A. That means, again, we follow from step 1 to step 3. If we follow the same procedure for B1, then we can find the second rotation matrix. That second rotation matrix can be seen as B2 equals to S2 inverse B1 S2. So the iteration formula in general can be taken as Bk equals to Sk inverse Bk minus 1 Sk. Okay, starts from 1, 2, 3 and so on. If k equal to 1, then we see that B1 equal to S1 inverse B0 S1. That B0 is A. Since this is an iteration process, when to stop this iteration process? we know it very clearly. The iteration process should be stopped when two successive approximations are seen up to the desired accuracy. But here we are finding the rotation matrix as BKs in such a way that it will become a diagonal matrix. So we stop the iteration process if BK is SK inverse BK minus 1 SK, which is in the form of diagonal matrix. Since A is of order 3, it will have 3 eigenvalues, so that the diagonal matrix will contain 3 diagonal elements. We are taking them as lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. And we know that the diagonal elements of diagonal matrix BK in the diagonalization process are said to be the eigenvalues of the matrix A. By this process, all the eigenvalues of matrix A are being obtained. Now we need to find the corresponding eigenvectors, for which we need to find the matrix S with S1, S2, S3 and so on. We don't know how many matrices we may get here. To get BK is in the form of a diagonal matrix. If we find only two matrices S1, S2, after which BK will become diagonal matrix, then S is obtained from S1, S2. Suppose that there are three matrices S1, S2, S3 are being obtained, so that B3 will become a diagonal matrix. In such a case, S is the product of S1, S2, S3. We continue this. Then the product S1, S2, S3 gives a resultant matrix S. In the resultant matrix, the columns are said to be the eigenvectors of A corresponding to the eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. The same procedure can be done for a matrix of any order. In such a case, simply for the largest element A13, we can take this element in general as A ik. This I corresponds to ith row and k corresponds to kth row. Kth column. I corresponds to ith row, k corresponds to kth column. So that in our process we replace a submatrix A ii, A ik, first row, A ki, AKK, second row. This submatrix is to be replaced with cos theta minus sin theta, first row, sin theta, cos theta, second row. And then all the diagonal elements are to be replaced by 1. Other off diagonal elements should be taken as 0 and proceed the same process till the rotation matrix BK will become a diagonal matrix. Thank you.